what's up everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Resident Roleplay. This is a show where a group of friends and I get together and play homebrewed tabletop RPG set in the world of Resident Evil. I'm your host and GM, and welcome back to the table, everyone.
What's up?
Hello.
Hey. So,
Hi.
It's been a hot second. Y'all ready to roll for initiative?
Again?
Well, let's see. Well, first let's start off with the usual pleasantries. So, previously on Resident Roleplay, after surviving a manifold assault on the BSAA's North American HQ, Chauncey and a now Ouroboros-enhanced Nadine raced back across the country to defend Camp Clancy against another attacking force. While driving down the interstate, you battled manifold soldiers in an epic chase across the road until arriving in Chicago. There you rallied your troops for battle, including your range officer, John Smith. At Camp Clancy, you attempted to use your anti-air cannons to shoot down the incoming manifold helicopters, to some degree of success. But, alas, the helicopters were able to drop off most of their available forces, deploying a massive horde of zombies and 2 squads of tyrants. Chauncey, Nadine, and John joined forces to fight some of the tyrant ground forces, while Foxtrot team battled the zombies and other tyrants. After taking a few doses of Emil's experimental enhanced steroids, you defeated one of the tyrants and raced to the rooftop of the main manor where the tyrant commanders have been overseeing this battle. So, we start first with Chauncey. You are fueled by adrenaline and an experimental drug created by a mad scientist. You are dashing through the opening the tyrants had torn in your base. And behind you is a chorus of gunfire from the ongoing battle as your squad lays down fire on the zombies and the one remaining tyrant who's still on a rampage across the field. So, you make your way through the main manor's foyer, up the stairs, down the halls, and into the darkened attic. The ladder to the roof is down and the hatch open. You have little under a minute of steroids remaining, and Nadine and John are a few paces behind. 2 powerful foes stand before you. So, I guess as established, you've got about 8 rounds of steroid left. What are you going to do?
Oh, are we rolling initiative or are we going off of last week's initiative?
Well, it would be a new combat if we're going into this one, because you've already disengaged from the tyrants you are fighting down below. They're
Well, I'm re-engaging in the tyrants above.
So you're just...
Technically, I was shooting at them before.
You were shooting at them before, but that wasn't... Yeah, we didn't have an initiative for them.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you've got 8 rounds left. Nadine will arrive in a few. John will arrive in a few more after that. You could wait if you would like them to catch up. But lose some of your rounds of steroids, which you probably won't use most of them anyway. Or you could charge straight in.
Chauncey charges straight in.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure.
All right, let's rock and roll then. Let's roll some initiative.
It's a Chauncey move. It's a Chauncey play. It is what Chauncey does.
Do you want the rest of us to roll up when we get there?
Everyone roll now, and then, yeah, it might be worth some suspense if we just have everyone roll initiative once they get there. Have the initiative rolling sort of stretched out across the entire encounter.
I'm okay with whatever you guys
want. Let's go with that. So, Chauncey, roll initiative.
Do I get
at the top of every round?
Do I get a sneak attack on these guys?
Say what?
Do I get a sneak attack on them before they realize I made it all the way up the
steps? No. They are ready and waiting.
Well, they're looking at the battlefield. They're not looking behind them when I'm coming.
Well, they're looking at you when you shot them and ran into the building below them, so now they're waiting for you.
You can't get sneak attack against a creature or you can't get a surprise round against a creature in combat.
That's also true. Yeah, it's not just that they have to be surprised by the presence of combat. Is basically what it is.
If they're already fighting anybody else, if you were walking into a bar fight and they hadn't seen you, but they were fighting someone else, you still couldn't get a surprise round.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so 17.
Okay, 17 on Chauncey. So, round 1. So you exit onto the rooftop. If you would like to place yourself by the hatch, that's where you'll be starting. And yeah, so you exit onto the rooftop, and you see before you those two sort of capsules, these steel containers that had been dropped onto the roof by the helicopter that had come by previously. And you see the two tyrants decked out in their sort of form-fitting tyrant armor, the sort of leather trench coat looking thing, except actually steel plating and things of that nature. They seem to be tethered to these capsules by this wire that sinks into plugs in their backs. So these are the two pods here and here. Also, I don't know if I didn't get the map on the stream. Oy. So, pods are here and here. And there's
they're tethered by them?
Yeah, there's wires coming out of these pods, which you see the pods, like, might have once been cylindrical, but they had, like, essentially, like, doors that just, like, opened outward. You know, almost like how parts of a missile detach, like parts of these pods detached for them to step out. But there are wires going from these pods into their backs. But you have the first initiative. Oh, right. You still got encouragement.
Oh yeah, I do.
So you're decked out.
Do I know what why they're tethered to the pods from previous knowledge of the tyrants?
You haven't the faintest idea. Never seen anything like this before.
This is new.
Now these 4 big spots right here.
Yeah.
Here, is that full cover or half?
Yeah, these ones are half, or full cover rather. These ones would be half. I think that's what we did the last time we were on this rooftop.
Am I assuming that like this guy is attached to this one?
Yeah, exactly. And you see they've been walking around the rooftop a bit. The wires are kind of, coiled around some of the HVAC units, and things of that nature, and then coming around to them, but they're still attached. And this was once where the anti-air cannons were set, but are now in pieces, some of which are no longer on the roof.
Was it this guy that I popped the shot off and got him?
Probably.
Make a perception check. I think you only technically popped one shot. Whoa! No, yeah, you see.
Yeah, that roll ruined. All right, I know everything.
You see this 357 size hole in the chest of this one.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, that guy knows not to get near the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
He backed up real quick. All right, so let's go ahead. Pull out my Hydra. How much movement speed do I have with the?
It's doubled, so you have 60 feet of normal movement with your roids.
Yeah, we'll get up right into his grill. Hydra. I'm gonna start lighting him up.
Light him up.
Then we'll roll headshot as well into that mix.
All right.
So again, give me just a moment to plug in all my numbers here. 4, 3, plus 3 is 5. Right, so the Hydra's plus 3, proficiency plus 4, strength or mobility plus 3.
Yep. Yeah,
That
I think we
gives me
established that
10.
we were plus 10
Yeah.
by normally. So
Yeah. Okay. Oof.
right, you got that advantage.
Oof.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, no.
neither hits. You dash across the rooftop with your extraordinary speed, pulling out your triple-barreled sawed-off Hydra. But as you lunge forward with a shotgun blast, you are a little too close, and he just bats the barrel out of the way as the shots go wide. You have a second attack.
I do. Let's I can reload right now though, right?
Yeah, you could. You've still got your bonus action. As long as you have that, you could still reload. Or any other kind of action. Your steroid action can also be used for it.
Good. Oh yeah, my steroid action. So let's go ahead and reload the Hydra and send 2 more shots at him.
All right.
Headshot as well. That's a little bit better. 17.
17 hits.
All right. $16. Oh wait, that wasn't a damage dice. My bad. Sorry.
That would have been a lot of damage.
Yeah. Right.
Although it still might be higher than that.
Is that just an agent sneaking?
Yeah.
It's
It's just
4, 8. That's the number I'm talking.
Same
that's the
thing.
exact same number.
Wow.
Nice. All right. So 34 points
points
of damage to him as
piercing.
you just like aim high and just like fire off those 2 shots with splatter against his head, sending off streaks of blood and scars ripping across his sort of smooth, bald face. He kind of brings his arm up to try to protect, but it's not well enough. You've done a hefty chunk of damage. This one looks pretty hurt.
Can you make him do a strength saving throw?
Ooh. Trying to do some maneuvers here. That's 12.
Oh, once per turn, when you hit with this weapon, you can force the target to make a DC 18 strength saving throw. On a fail, the target is knocked back 10 feet.
All right, so you give him a couple of blasts, and as it impacts against his face, it sort of stumbles backwards and ends up there before it catches itself on its hind foot.
I'm going to. Why am I stuck in?
Whoa, where'd you go?
I'm stuck in scroll mode.
He jumped off the roof.
I didn't mean to do that.
He runs forward and tackles him off.
I was right here, right?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Okay.
You're 10 feet away.
That's true.
Okay. So that was 40 feet of movement to get there. So 10. We'll go 20 here.
Oh, nice. You get a free disengage.
Yeah, that's why I used it.
You still do have your steroid action.
Yeah.
Steroid action, huh? Is that what you said? The cable's wrapped up around this the
Yeah.
unit here, so it's like at my feet.
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, don't have any cutting utensils. Oh, I do have tools. No, I don't have tools anymore, do I?
You still have the tools.
Have
You
Tinker's
just don't
tools.
have
I
the.
still have Tinker's tools.
You just don't have.
Can I use my Tinker's tools to maybe pull out like some wire snips and try to snip a couple of the wires?
I think you're gonna need like a wire cutter, like a bolt cutter.
One huge cable.
It's a pretty thick cable.
I was thinking it was like little cables tied together, kind of thing.
No, yeah, they're pretty thick. Or about maybe, a couple inches in diameter.
Let's
attaching to these.
Can I
big
see
dudes.
the actual unit in which the wires are plugged into within the capsule?
You can, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make a magnum shot at it.
All right.
So, now with the steroid, I just get one action. It's not like my action surge.
Yeah, you get one action,
action,
and you can pretty much do anything with it that you can do with an action, except if you use it to make an attack, you only get one attack.
Okay. So yeah. So that's what,
yeah, it's not like an action surge, which is a full action,
It's a special action.
basically. I think haste is normally a bit more limited than that, but that's how we roll it here.
roll that. That's gonna be a +9.
What, just with your Hydra?
No. I'm gonna switch to Magnum.
Oh, gotcha.
So I got the Rhino out actually, and
Okay.
I'm going to send a slug straight into that sucker.
All right.
That's yeah, that 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. Baboon.
Whew. Roll for some damage.
Oh boy, I like damage. Rhino round 3d12. Four. Oh, yep. Boom.
All right.
That's
So
32 points of magnum damage.
you fire at that the unit at which the wires are connected with your magnum, and just it sparks and kicks and just sputters before getting fried. And you see the tyrant. Well, if you could see the tyrant, it's behind full cover from you, but it begins glaring in your direction.
Oh, shit. I made him mad.
All right.
That is all I have. Yeah, that's all the options I have right now.
All right. So, let's see. The battle is still raging on in the background. You hear the rage of gunfire as there's a cacophony of shots going across the field as your men are chasing down the remaining tyrant that's still running loose and the horde of zombies that are closing in. Would you like to issue an order to your unit?
I would. I think we're gonna go after the siege engine still.
Okay, trying to take out that last tyrant that's running amok. You see him kind of off the northern side of this rooftop, running through the field, darting for your laboratories and things of that nature.
Okay, so my attack.
Yep, so...
Oh, damn it. I should have used that encouragement when I fired that first 2 shots that I got.
Oh, that might have helped.
Yeah, maybe.
It's the
Oh,
one
well,
I think
next
we need.
time. So yes, attack. Oh, nope.
Unfortunately, does not... They fire a bunch of rounds in its direction, but it's not quite enough to bring it down. The bullets are just sparking off of its armor, and it's moving away from them, and they're sort of on the chase. All right, so that's Chauncey's turn.
Yes, that's all.
That's all you got. All right, so now it's the tyrant's turn. So this one's pretty upset and is going to dart straight towards you. How much movement? Okay. And arrive there. The other one is also going to dash and get to you. But that uses his action, so he will not be able to make any attacks. The one that you have blasted to heck is going to start taking some swings at you, especially after you've just attacked its pod. And it just clenches its fists and runs forward into some full haymaker tyrant swings. It is going to make 3 of these attacks. And it does also have the frightful presence, but I think we ruled last time that
they don't scare me.
Yeah, that it only is effective for 1 tyrant a day.
No, we already did the frightful presence when they first landed.
That's right, yeah. Well, you did it with the other tyrants, I think. But I'm pretty sure we ruled that new tyrants wouldn't add new frightful presence. I think is what we... I'm pretty sure that's what I ruled.
Yeah, because we had almost had to roll.
Yeah.
You almost had us roll again for the other tyrant.
Right, so we'll just stick with that. So he's going to throw out 3 attacks against you then. First one's a 13.
Nope.
Second one is a 21.
Just hits.
All right. And the third is a 20. Oh, man. So you take...
And that's with a +2 from your haste? Or from your...
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
I forgot about that. Your AC is higher.
Does not hit then.
So nothing...
I need to let me put that in there as parentheses +2.
So he is just like swinging these wide, powerful tyrant haymakers, which you know very well, to hurt pretty badly. But you are just too quick, even in your heavy armor, with this sort of whatever it is that Emil concocted coursing through your veins, and those colorful greenish, bluish veins crawling up your neck. You basically just bob and weave each strike. You're too fast.
I'm too fast, too furious. Too fast for y'all, man.
So that's brings us to round 2. Back to Chauncey.
You said this guy in front of me looks really weak?
He seems pretty rough.
He looked hurt.
He seems pretty
Looks
rough.
pretty rough.
Yeah. After with that sizzling hole still in his chest and the pellets scattered across his face and the sort of blood streaks going across it, this thing looks battered and wounded.
Oh, did you make them make a command on their army?
Oh, no, I forgot to do that. Thanks for reminding me. This is going to... they are going to go ahead and have the one remaining tyrant is going to continue wrecking havoc across the base. So he needs to make power against the base's toughness, which I think was 24, something to that nature.
Yes. Yeah.
Which it doesn't succeed.
It does
so
not. Nope.
Base is holding up pretty well. He knocked over
very well.
Yeah. He's knocked over a few trees, but hasn't found the secret entrance to the lobby yet.
All right.
As your unit still giving chase, and I think no, they could only make a number of a number of commands equal to the number of players that are in initiative. So right now they can technically only issue 1 command. Oh yeah, let's bring out some markers to keep track of them.
Does that reset though?
I don't believe so. Well, hold on. Let me bring out we're going to put the markers in the upper right-hand corner. Well, so that unit is now exhausted. And,
so is mine.
Yeah, and so is yours. So that means nobody's reset yet.
The zombies went too?
The zombies have not gone.
Oh, yeah. So, the zombies need to reset first.
Uh-huh. So, both units are... those 2 units are exhausted, but the zombies still need to go. So...
Are you going to make, like, the other one make the army command? Because I think that's what was going on before.
No. So, before... we had a big battle with a bunch of different players involved, and I think they could only give 1 order per player character that's in the initiative with them. I believe is how
it might be characters in combat, but I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah, so we're back up to the top of the round with Chauncey.
All right.
It just says equal to the number of players.
Oh.
I'm going to pull back out the Hydra. It has one shot left in it.
Right.
Because I haven't reloaded it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and send that one headshot to Mr. Holes over here.
All right. By the way, I give you control over the green unit in the upper right.
$16 and then advantage. Oof, 16.
16 hits.
All right. 2. 3. 6. $22 points of shotgun damage.
All right, you again aim high, bypassing that armored coat that he wears, and just blast him again across the face. More blood spurts out, his head rocks to the side, and he stumbles back, kind of dazed, but he is holding on.
Okay, so I'm gonna reload
All right.
the shotgun. And I'm gonna shoot the other guy. 2 shots. Headshot.
Roll for it.
Oof. 13.
13 still hits.
Oh, yay. I like when that does that.
Easy to hit, but a lot of health.
35 points of shotgun damage.
All right. And yeah, that was headshot again. Yeah, so bypassing the resistances again. Well, actually, it doesn't even matter because I think that weapon ignores resistances. This is the Hydra, right?
Yeah, the Hydra.
Yeah. So either way, that does a similar massive damage as to the other as you aim high and scatter those pellets across its face. As this one was basically just like running across the rooftop to get to you using its dash the previous turn and not being able to make attack. Essentially, as soon as it meets you, you just unload some shells in its direction.
Go ahead and make him do a saving throw.
All right.
Strength saving throw.
Another strength. It's a 15.
Nope.
So this guy was running at you, dashing full bore, and by the time he comes around this corner, you just turn around holding that Hydra one-handed and just start blasting him back. He is knocked back 10 feet. As he just like...
Going to move this way. I'm still within his range.
Yeah, you're
right?
still in his reach, yeah.
I'm going to do a headshot for my final shotgun round that I have loaded as my the extra
Oh, right, the steroid action.
attack. Yeah, the steroid attack action, and I'm going to go ahead and headshot the control unit in the capsule.
Well, the control unit seemed to get burnt out after your last shot.
Oh, like completely burned out? Like,
Oh yeah, this one's pretty done.
Now I'm gonna use it on this guy then first. I'm gonna send that shot at this guy.
All right.
Headshot. $13.
13 hits.
32. Look at those 8s.
Ooh-wee.
Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's high roll. That's high roll.
There we go. Darkened a bit. Actually. Oh man, double 8s, yeah. That's the most you could have done on that.
I got the exact same in the rolls as what I do for my modifier.
That's true. You just doubled your damage there. All right.
Get wrecked.
So let's see. 32. Oh, no, yeah. He did not have much left. You aim high with another shotgun blast, and I believe The Hydra has evisceration, correct?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
So you aim high and just like, with the final shot, after he's been sort of dazed and is standing before you, an easy target, you run up, aim high with the Hydra one-handed under his chin before splattering his brains upwards, essentially performing the kind of headshot that is reserved in the Resident Evil games for zombies against a tyrant. And he falls flat
Yeah, get ready.
with a resounding from his extraordinary weight after you take his head off with the Hydra.
All right, so now I got 60 feet of movement.
That you do.
So go all the way over here.
All right.
And then that is my turn.
All right. Next turn, the one remaining tyrant is going to go. And he's going to give chase. He is going to have to use another dash to catch up with you, is what he's going to have to do. As he runs back across the rooftop and just darts across, heading straight towards you in a sprint. But that's the furthest he's going to get. But he is going to give an order to the zombie horde to continue attacking and harassing your troops. Which isn't going to do diddly squat. So the zombies are still pressing onward, but still can't quite keep up with them, especially as they're giving chase in the opposite direction to the tyrant. But those zombies are basically now, that massive horde is starting to crowd around this building, and you see them like waves passing by around off the balcony. So,
That's a lot of zombies.
yeah. So that is the end of the tyrant's turn. Next up is going to be round 3, Chauncey.
Yeah. So he got right where I wanted him to. Reloading the Hydra.
All right.
And we are sending 2 shots to his face.
Go for it.
Headshot. Oh, 11.
Unfortunately, doesn't hit. This one, as he's running forward, actually gets his guard up and brings his sort of gauntleted fist in front of him. And you see these ones, these sort of pseudo-tyrant commanders that are atop this rooftop, actually seemed a bit more decked out than the previous tyrants you fought. They're in like a little bit of a different designed uniform, essentially. Still the same functionality, but with a bit more bells and whistles, you know, some like a bit more of a gauntleted arm and sort of blue stripes kind of all in between the black of their coat.
Okay. Gonna go ahead try one more headshot on him with 1 bullet.
All right.
And that's a 14.
Oh, I didn't see the roll. Oh, there it is. That took forever.
Oh yeah, it's what? It's just now going again. Okay, yeah, 14. So
All right, so okay, yeah, I see those last two now. So 14 hits.
28 points of headshot damage.
Hooey. The first shot essentially blasts his blocking arm out of the way as ting, a spark flies off of that and his arm moves before you place that next shot right in his forehead.
Go ahead and make him roll his strength save.
Oh, you're making full use of that.
They are
Oh,
rolling
right.
terribly.
They are rolling terribly.
Plus
This is
9.
this is a terrible night for them.
They haven't rolled above a +6, I think.
So again, the head just shoots back and and it just sort of falls backwards.
Oh
Stumbling,
crap! I
catching
should have
itself
used
there.
my. Oh, I missed
You have
those
encouragement.
two again because I keep forgetting about encouragement.
Oh yeah.
Ah, that would have helped. Even
Coulda.
a 2 would have helped. Oh well. Staying out of his range, we're gonna go right there.
All right.
I am going to use my my extra steroid action.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna rip out the magnum again, and I'm gonna shoot this capsule, roughly about the same place that I did this one.
All right. Roll for another attack.
And that was... Right, yeah.
Right now, Nadine is basically downstairs, right? Because it's third round, right?
Yeah.
$24.
Hits.
Oh.
Just hearing nothing but a bunch of on the roof.
Yeah,
And
basically.
just Chauncey just going like, "Yeah, get some, get some."
Can't touch me! Get off me!
Float like a butterfly.
Stinging like a bee. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. And that is 31 points of magnum damage to the box.
All right, so you shoot the control panel and just you see it spark and ignite for a second, and get just as toasty as the last one you saw.
Yay! Gara. I'm gonna. Well, no. Okay, that's. Am I able to control my units now?
Yes, we refreshed after that last zombie command.
We're gonna go ahead and attack the siege unit.
All right, going after that last remaining tyrant.
$13.
13 doesn't hit. They're still blasting, but to no avail.
Man,
These guys are pathetic. I'm killing 2 of these guys over here. What's going on?
They're not the captain.
Dang it! I'm gonna have to go down and kill that last guy just to save my building. New orders. I'm saying over the radio. Forget about me. I got this guy. You guys go in. Go help them.
yeah, you guys come up here and kill this guy. We'll switch.
All right. So, that was Chauncey's turn.
Mm-hmm.
So your units are exhausted, and this tyrant is going to once again give chase as you, with your swiftness, just like darting across the battlefield at impossible speeds for your heavy armor.
I'm assuming I'm like tumbling and rolling all over this place.
Yeah,
just, like, tripping over things.
Yeah, it is just like an uncanny speed that you are still trying to manage. But it is actually going to use its dash and actually start heading in this kind of direction. And just like and gets around you and kind of looks to be heading sort of in the direction of the pod, but it is sort of standing between you and it now.
Is 40 feet their max move?
30 feet is.
Oh, but with the dash, it's 60 then.
Yeah.
Okay, you just chose to move 40.
So, but yeah, that's all it could do on its turn with its action. Top of the round is going to, or rather, first it gives an order to its unit. The Tyrant Siege Engine is going to go ahead and make an attack against Camp Clancy again. Or rather, make a power check against it because it doesn't have to attack structures. That's 24. That matches.
That matches.
So, Camp Clancy decrements one size die, or one number on its size die,
I
as...
think that puts me down to 5 now.
Okay, as the Tyrant finally finds that hidden entrance and just tears open the blast doors with its bare hands and starts wreaking havoc in the R&D area.
Bullshit.
So,
Troy, don't get too mad.
So, that brings us to round
We're
4.
gonna rebuild.
I need Nadine to roll for initiative.
Phew.
10.
All right.
I'm 2 move away, right?
3.
Or, no, 3.
Three
No.
after,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
Like I
3
said, you might
after
not be there. We'll see.
I was gonna say because I could still technically shout commands from down here.
So,
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're over the radio. Just
oh,
Make sure
I'm just like I'm like down here, just going like, shoot correctly.
that's true. That's true. You're in range. You're in range.
But I'm still 3 out, so I think I need to be within 2 to get not to be within 1. Okay, never mind.
No,
It's gonna take me a while still.
It's
Never
gonna
mind.
take you
We're
a
good.
while, yeah. So round
Okay.
4. I believe your unit's exhausted as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Ripping out the Hydra. Again. Reloading it. And I'm gonna go ahead and send some shots in this dude. Go ahead, headshot. This is my favorite attack. Advantage. Oof. Oh, goody! Finally, I got a 19. That's
Is that
a crit for me. That's a
Wait.
crit for me.
from what?
I got that the one thing. Crap.
You know the one thing.
One thing.
God,
Oh,
pull
wait,
back
wait,
up. Let me pull
wait,
back
wait.
up.
Oh, did
know
you
what
get
I'm
the lethal criticals
Yeah.
or lethal
hold on, let me pull
measures? Wait, are you level 13
Yeah.
now?
No, level 12. Did it change?
Hey, the lethal measures
Uh,
isn't until level 13.
Hold on. No. I think it's through my fighting style.
No, I don't think
Dude,
fighting
don't-
style gives you anything like that.
I swear I have something. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up because I've been waiting for a 19 this whole time for like the last 2 weeks. I've been waiting for a 19 at least.
That's true. Lethal measures is crits on 1920 at 13, level 13.
13. Did I read that wrong then?
Maybe you did.
Swore I had something.
Chauncey's just level 12 right now.
At 12, you get a universal feature.
Right, and you use that to boost your HP.
What was my Kung Fu?
I don't think you have anything. You
No,
might have just been
yeah,
pre-reading the
I might have been pre-reading.
Lethal
I
measures.
might have been.
That might have been. Was lethal measures at any point at level 12 before?
might have been, I'm not sure. But in either case.
Yeah. I
Still
must have
hits.
read that then.
Still
My
mega
bad.
hits.
Damn it! I waited for nothing.
Hype yourself up.
Sucks. All right, yeah, it still hits. That's all that matters. All right. Go ahead and pew pew. 33.
33. As you just like fire those 2 shots upwards and just scatter across his face again as it stumbles.
And I'm gonna send the last shot at him too, headshot as well. $15.
15 hits.
A pew pew. 25 points of damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Make him roll a strength.
I will say he auto fails that, seeing as you just knocked him out.
Then as he passes me, like I'm trailing him with the shotgun pointed at his head, and I hit him twice as he's starting to pass me, and right as he gets into this position is when I fire the last shot, and he stumbles and streaks forward 10 feet.
All right, so as he's passing you, yeah, you catch him in a shot, and it just like, it's one of those sort of punch drunk moments that you see in a boxing match where they're kind of stumbling around and they don't quite know that they've been knocked out yet. He tries to right himself, but he ends up just flopping and face planting and scraping across the gravel on the rooftop, kicking up a bunch of rocks and stone beneath him, and just carving a path with his face as he comes to a halt.
Yes,
So
that's
that
all I
one,
wanted
too.
to do.
Is down.
And then Nadine arrives.
And then Nadine comes up right after its initiative right here.
Poof.
I don't.
So, go ahead.
Do I have a? Oh, it does pop up from. Okay.
Oh, you are? So, well, first, actually, would Chauncey like to give an order for his unit?
I can't because the other ones aren't exhausted.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. So at this point, the commanders are down for the count, so they're kind of in disarray right now. Not sure if there are any hard rules for that in the warfare, but I think
They say they disband and retreat.
yeah. So the problem is zombies aren't going to retreat, and
Yeah, I think they just continue doing what they were
the
doing.
tyrant isn't going to retreat either, seeing as these things are just literal killing machines. So,
You know what I think? Can I say something?
huh.
I think that now that the general commander or the field generals are killed, the only orders they have to go on now are the orders given to them by what's his name?
Walker?
By Walker.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah,
they're getting tactical orders from these two guys, right? They're just being like, oh, hit this thing, hit that thing, and do all this stuff. Now that they're dead, they're just like, well, I'm just gonna rip everything apart.
I mean, it's true. They came here with the zombies didn't really come here with purpose. They were just delivered. But
They
the
don't have a purpose.
tyrants came here with pretty specific purpose. And again, you see that sort of hive mindness still seems to be in active order, even with these specific commanders down right now.
All right, Chauncey, you got one more left.
So, yeah, this combat is over, but I say we're still gonna want to roll out what's happening with the units here. So, first off,
Can I join my units as a siege engine to fight back?
well, this is so spread out that this is all gonna be happening basically simultaneously here. You wouldn't be able to get to them in time. But first, we're going to roll for the zombies against your unit. Still making no progress.
What are these tiny rolls?
I know, there have been some pretty
Why
tiny
are you
rolls.
upset about this? I'm okay with this.
I'm just confused.
Okay, so against siege engine, 19.
Finally hits.
Yeah, but this is where I don't make the damage show.
Let's see.
16.
So, your unit finally catches up with the tyrant in the basement of the cabin where your R&D department resides. And as they catch up there, it's going through, it's tearing through walls, it's wrecking havoc. And your unit basically is able to corner it there and just funnel their fire down the tight hallways, and there was nothing that tyrant could do about it once the bullets start flying. It was already sort of on its last legs after its brief encounter with you, and they are able to finish it off in those halls down there.
Its victory was its defeat.
So, that tyrant's down for the count. All that remains are a bunch of zombies, and I will say they gradually get disbanded, seeing as if your units choose to start focusing on them, it's only a matter of time that they dwindle.
The averages
down.
are there.
My units are in the R&D lab, right?
Yeah.
So technically the armory's in there, right?
True.
Do we have any kind of grappling hooks of some sort?
I don't think you have grappling hooks of some. I mean, you probably have like enough material, like
rappel
rope
ropes
and
at least.
stuff.
Okay, so I want all my guys to get as much rappel rope as possible and head toward the big hole and try to get the zombies to follow them into the hole, but using their rappel ropes to keep them from falling all the way down the hole, and then just watch them fall in, tumbling end over end into the hole.
I'm gonna say make a straight I'll say this is at your order.
Okay.
So I'll say make a straight intelligence or charisma check to see how well you could communicate this just to your troops.
Can I also use my my encouragement?
I mean, it's an ability check, so yeah.
Oh, because I need it. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
no,
It won't help.
That doesn't matter.
Oh no. I'm doing it anyways. It's a D10, right?
Yeah.
Get it. Oh, 7. 8.
So you try to communicate this idea across to your troops over the airwaves, and it just sort of gets lost in translation at some point. You didn't use enough NATO phonetic alphabet for these jarheads to quite understand fully what you're saying over the radio. It's just too rigorous a task for you to communicate clearly. They grab some rope and they bring it out to the zombies, but it eventually just evolves back into a firefight somewhere out in the field. And
You're right.
zombie horde's gonna get one attack on them that's outside of the cinematic wiping
Ooh,
out of them.
finally they hit me.
All right. Well, let's see if they diminish you guys at all.
Yeah.
Come on, Foxtrot.
15?
That's against my toughness, right? Or
Yeah.
defense.
That one's against toughness.
That one's against toughness. That hits. But
So
the other one was against my defense, right? So
Yeah.
if it matches, it still hits.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like an
Okay.
attack. Yeah. So this little maneuver does cost some injuries and some people take some bites. So you decrement your casualty die by 1.
Okay.
So what does that bring it down to?
Bringing it down to 3.
Okay, so that's
I never
still
had to decrement them.
yeah, that's still recoverable. Your guys can recover from that. No serious casualties were taken. But eventually the gunfire rages on and the zombies are reduced until gone or lost somewhere on the Camp Clancy grounds that are sure to resurface later.
Oh no, we'll have cleaning.
Yeah,
crew going weekly.
I'm sure. So, as the excitement begins to kind of die down from the ensuing battle, you all kind of rekindle yourselves and regroup on the rooftop. Your super steroids fading after about a minute. And is everybody, I guess with the tyrants down, is everybody still gonna regroup here on the rooftop, the 3 of you, or?
All right, what I miss? Hey, I made it.
Don't worry,
finally up
gentlemen.
here.
Job done.
What
Ladies and gentlemen.
the hell are those things? Why is one of them missing a head?
I think they're both technically
Man, they're
missing their
both
heads at this
missing a
point.
head.
Oh, there's another one.
I'm radioing out to what's his name? Quinn, something like that.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell him to come up and investigate these capsules as well.
All right. Give the order over the radio. He gets back to you readily enough. Just like, all right, on it, boss. As soon as we finish cleaning up down here. And as you're sort of regrouping and rekindling yourselves, Chauncey, you hear over your shoulder familiar voice that simply sounds, "Why do you fight a losing battle?"
Doesn't
Nadine,
look like I'm losing.
You see over his shoulder just this hologram projecting out of the capsule of what looks to be Elliot Walker.
She's just like, huh. He's back. Or, well, I guess not here.
Make him big.
Big ol' hologram.
Oh, there it is. So that's what he looks like.
Hmm.
Why do you resist?
Why do you struggle for victory?
Answering a question with a question, I see. I've spent the better part of the past 10 years making my plans and building my forces. It's pointless what you're trying to do, even with small victories like this.
I've spent the better part of the last 10 years ruining every single one of your plans. So I don't think it's over yet. But I'm coming for you.
And he kind of sighs. And you see his hands are kind of at his sides and his fingers are kind of fidgeting again, like he doesn't know what to do with them. His eyes, it seems like he seems to be navigating this space similarly enough that he kind of lines up with you. He's looking down at you as if he's in the space, but at the same time his eyes kind of go off to the side, you know, like he doesn't make direct eye contact. He's just like, the world will be a better place by the time I'm done with it. Why defy such inevitability?
Because I'm pretty sure your better place is a worse place for everybody else. So I'm fighting for the common people.
It is as it has always been. And he kind of has this sort of cold genuineness for a moment as he looks down at you and he says, people always belittle my ideas, always push against me. No longer will I abide. This is my world to take, and I cannot let you stop me. And he kind of looks over.
All right, listen here, you little punk. And John's gonna kind of step up, and he's basically going to go on this 1-minute rant about how everything he's doing is for naught. Chauncey's gonna take him down. If you just look at the battlefield with what little forces Chauncey has and with what little preparation, all of the preparation that Elliot Walker can throw at us, Chauncey will kill by sheer determination alone, and he needs to make a wisdom save or be frightened of Chauncey.
Oh, get wrecked.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Hold up.
Fear hologram. Let's go.
That's so good.
That technically works.
Just walking up, just like, all right, listen here, you little punk. Chauncey's the freaking baddest man on the planet right now.
Yeah, I'll roll this in front of you guys.
Single-handedly killed 2 of your general tyrants.
That's a 30.
Come on.
He's still scared.
That barely makes it.
I have Nadine step in and back it up and give that disadvantage.
I think you can use help to give advantage on something, but you can't use it
Yes.
to give disadvantage, I don't think.
Can I encourage myself?
Well, you have self-reliant at this point, don't you?
That's what I'm saying. I can't
wait, no, you
make
can't-
the DC
yeah, you-
higher.
You can't,
Unless-
reduce theirs.
Unless I
Or
can,
can you?
use a distraction to
What is distraction?
to reaction. I can reduce his some attacks or some D20 rolls. I don't think I can do saving throw.
Yeah. Well, either way,
I could do it.
will your
I'm
support
still
die
having
be
to
enough
do
to make
this.
this a fail?
Huh? No. I have
Yeah.
to use both of them.
So, he just grimaces at this display, and after you finish your minute-long tirade, he's just like, are you done?
Hell no, I'm not done. I'm gonna do it again.
He's just interrupts you as you try to start again. It's just like, enough of this. Progress is the fate of humanity. You can run from it and die, or embrace it and risk living. If you're not looking to embrace the future, then you have made an enemy of me. What you have seen here was a meager force. This war is just beginning. And with that, he just fades out as the light projecting out of the capsule fades.
As he's disconnected, I'm just like, and I'm coming after the big force too. Like, that's all. And I start to walk away. Like, I ain't afraid of the bigger force either.
All right.
All right, troops, let's clean this place up. Get that one little tentacle hit in there. Get it.
Oh, also, Nadine, you probably would have noticed a bit of a off glance that Elliot Walker threw your way before he signed off.
Oh.
Seems to have taken note of your tentacle arm that's going on there, from which you are able to
That's true.
hold your weapons.
That's true, because he did see her die.
He did.
The last time he saw her. Last time there was two girls, one of them with a tentacle arm, and her in half.
And he's taken note. He has taken note.
Oh. Jumping off.
End it.
I don't want it. No.
John's gonna just stay on the roof and just kind of like look over the camp from this vantage point, just watching the people go to work and just admiring Camp Clancy doing work.
All right.
For once.
He's fanboying right now.
So I assume that there's nothing really different about those tyrants or anything. Like, if I were to make science checks on them, like,
You'd probably have to spend some time in a laboratory and pick up all of their bits as well. But you could make a science check, but it would just be an overtime sort of science check, not one that's necessarily happening entirely this night.
okay.
Which, seeing as they've been decapitated by this Hydra, which is a level of power you have yet to see, any of you have yet to see in a simple firearm.
I thought that was bog standard for Chauncey.
Yeah, these tyrants are not getting back up. So, yeah. But nonetheless, you go about the aftermath of this battle, cleaning up what remains. The last of the zombies take some time to track down and put some shots into, and again, like I said, it sort of drizzles out over time that you are able to finish off the bulk of them, and you expect to see some popping up here and there over the course of the next 24 hours. But you eventually spend some time cleaning up, and by the time the morning sun rises, the hard-fought battle has come to its close, and there are various soldiers who are basically just sitting amongst the remains of this battlefield, this base, with their rifles leaned against them, ready in case anything else happens, but most of them trying to catch some sleep. So, final results. How are your units in terms of size?
We only lost one.
Yeah, so those
we
are
only
only three.
decremented one.
Yeah, and I believe...
Well, it says I had 6. Why'd I have 6?
No,
in my
yeah, because you have
units.
4, and so it went down to 3.
Oh wait, no, that was my house. That was my
Right,
house.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Camp Clancy.
Right,
That was down to a 5.
right, and
In the units, I only lost the 1. So
okay, yeah, so that is, I believe, I would have to delve back into the rules, but that can recover over time. So, no serious casualties or losses among your unit. Some injuries, but nothing that can't be bounced back from. So, Camp Clancy is at a 5. So, first thing that happened was after you take some time in the aftermath to assess the damages, you will find that your front gates are pretty battered and damaged. The tyrants pretty much went through those things as they charged across the fields. So the road is kind of wide open to your place. Anybody could just sort of waltz in. Relatively minor inconvenience, but that's there. The gates are damaged. Your surveillance systems are damaged. And some of your CCTVs are inaccessible until repaired. And let's see. And your no, yeah, I think that would be yeah, your F5, your barracks would be damaged as well, which is the main manor building. So basically, your units will always be diminished until that's repaired. And to repair will require a research project that costs $5,000 in 1 week of time. It will increment Camp Clancy's size by 1 and repair one of those damaged functions of your choice.
So it'll take me 3 weeks to
repair all of them, yeah.
5,000 each.
Mm-hmm.
15,000. Oh, that's not bad.
Oh, let's do it.
All right. So you're putting down
throw the money at it.
So you're throwing some money at this problem, and getting it sorted out as, again, the team begins scrambling, ready for weeks of repair to come. So mark off $5,000, and within 3 weeks, you will have all of these, sort of.
Oh, so only 5,000.
Or rather, 15,000. Sorry. Mark off 15,000, and within 3 weeks, you'll have all of these sort of. This is what I'm looking for. There's all these destroyed bits repaired.
All the damage repaired.
All the damage done away with. But it's going to, it is going to take some time. Which ones are you prioritizing? Which ones are going to be done first?
Security, front gate, then CCTV. Or
Oh,
the barracks.
Barracks,
So,
okay,
CCTV and security will be the first thing.
Yeah.
Front gates and then the barracks.
So barracks is last.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, so your units will always be diminished until those are repaired, so that will be coming last. And basically that just means because your it's just a disadvantage they'll have when engaging in battles where they'll basically have to make a morale test every time they get decremented, which basically gives it the possibility that they could get decremented twice every time, because the barracks are kind of bare right now after the tyrant came through, and some of their rooms are basically exposed to the elements, so it's not good for morale. But you get to work on setting those repairs in motion. And you said Nadine was going to be like trying to look into the tyrants before they're disposed of, or?
Yeah.
All right. I'll say go ahead and make a science check. See what
She
you can
has
find out.
Efficiency with that.
Ooh. All right, so with a 13, you spend some time in the lab with them. Again, their armor seems a little bit modified, but functionally pretty identical to other tyrants that you've seen on records, of course. If you probably haven't encountered one of these yourself. But yeah, it seems for the most part identical in function armor-wise. You do, through your research, find some remains of something a little bit more advanced by way of biological augmentation in their general brain region. It seems like they might have some higher functionality there and some communication capabilities that other tyrants don't. At least that's what you kind of theorize and speculate. But it's hard to be sure because Chauncey kind of blew their brains out, and whatever was in there is damaged beyond repair, and you could just sort of make guesswork at what the entirety of its function might have been.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say with that check, you do also kind of get the gist of the wires that they were attached into their back. You do, upon further investigation, see that those wires were basically plugged into their armor, such that in dire circumstances, their armor would be, it would basically send a jolt of electricity through there and just emergency eject their armor off of them. Which, from your research, you would know that their armor also acts. You see the dossiers on file specifying that their armor also acts as a sort of power limiter that keeps them from unleashing their full form.
Oh yeah. So like all of this written down is just something she'd be going to the other science people about, just like,
Alright.
hey, and then would come back to Chauncey with this information.
All right.
Just like, so those are bad. And here's why.
Luckily, I thought on my feet to destroy them. Because that probably would have sucked.
Yeah.
I would have been able to get into initiative.
Dean would have been able to attack once. Oh man, I don't know. That's crazy. Well, at least we'll know better. We'll be better prepared for next time. Thank you for doing the work.
So, that sort of happens over the course of days, that sort of research, but in the immediate aftermath of the battle, Chauncey, you do, early the next day, receive a call back from Cambria. And,
Okay, let's hear.
she basically just calls you back on your phone. If you're available to answer, you can have a conversation with her.
Yeah, I'll answer.
So, she seems quite, not panicked, but, exactly what you would expect given the circumstances of everything that's going on. She seems a bit tired, has probably been up all night just like you, and is a little distressed, and she's calling in. She says, I got your text, bro. So, I've only seen from reports what's all going on with the BSAA. Are you alright?
Yeah, we're all good.
You sure?
Yeah. We'll mend these wounds and all the stuff that has happened over the last 24 hours. We'll be fine.
Well, that's a lot to mend. Reports are just coming into my office now that the director's dead.
Indeed, I was there.
Ah, dang. Well, that certainly throws the logistics of the BSAA into disarray. Gonna take a lot to recover from this. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a big counter-bioterror organization that is in disarray. Every division, every region has pretty much gone under its own leadership. It's going to be hard to rally everybody when we need everybody rallied most.
I guess that's my next goal is to start rallying all the troops.
You think they're going to rally under you?
Yeah, I think they will.
Yeah, sounds like a very Chauncey idea to me. How much do you know about what's all going on? All over the world.
I'm sure the reports will all be filling in, and I'll take care of them as they come in.
Yeah, it's pretty bad out there.
And plus, we know paperwork's your strong suit, so that's why I'm glad I got you.
It's gonna be a lot more than just paperwork. This is unprecedented. Never seen bioterror attacks of this scale before.
Yeah, well, all I can say is that I know that we're cleaning up here and we're handling our own here, but we've got the enemy on the run, and they're going to pull out every stop they can to try to defend themselves. So, I'm pretty sure this is why he's doing what he's doing, because he knows he's at the end of his line. 10 years wasted for him, not for me.
Yeah, I hope so. It's 3 ICBMs hitting simultaneously. None of the UN nations noticing before it was too late. That's a bit of a big play. He's just getting started, then we're in a lot of trouble. I hope you're right.
I have a feeling I'm right.
Oh, don't get too cocky, brother.
I won't. Just keep me informed of everything that you find out.
I'll try, but NSA office is going to be busy, so you don't hear anything from me, don't worry about it. I'm probably buried in that paperwork you're telling me about. Charles is still in Kajuju, so I don't know if you'll have a chance to reach him. Still among the BSA North American forces that are gathered there. From what I can tell, they're still campaigning to clean up after the whole Tricell incident. But if you could reach out to him,
Yeah,
might be worthwhile getting him involved in this conflict to have another trusted Clancy by your side, since they don't let me do too much field work these days.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Alright, I'll try to keep you updated.
Thank you.
And you, likewise. If you hear anything, be sure to let my office know. Find any intel, anything.
Yeah, we'll do. I got you.
Alright. Stay safe, Chauncey.
You stay safe too, Cambria.
And as you hang up on this phone conversation, you try to let your troops get to some rest. You are almost ready to get to some rest yourself after the night's long turmoil that spanned much of the previous day as well. You're exhausted and you're tired. Camp Clancy is to some extent in ruin. You see bits of debris and dust falling off of chunks of wall that have holes in them from where the tyrant ran through. But as you're about to go back up to the second floor and find yourself to the master bedroom, you do hear some beeping coming from the war room.
Said beeping?
Yeah. See, that sounds like
I was
a
gonna say,
notification.
we heard some beeping.
Like,
Yeah, you would
is it
recognize
beeping
you would
like
recognize
a
it as like
voicemail or beeping like a bomb about to go off.
you would
I was
recognize it
gonna say,
as your notification sound that you get at the war terminal. It's just like beep beep.
Okay, I will go and check that.
All right, you
Those
waltz back.
canisters upstairs explode.
You waltz back to the war room. You sort of see some of the dawn sun shining in its crimson red through the windows beside the walls, and as well as some of the open holes in those walls. You go through the door to the war room, which sort of almost is basically holding on by one hinge after the battle. It just creaks open. The room is musty and full of smoke from fires that have just been recently put out. You brush some debris off of the war terminal, the long holographic table from which you get all of your BSAA communications. It seems you've received a new communication from one of your allies. And that's where we're going to bring Chauncey's little side mission to a close.
Is that
So,
me?
Oh shit.
that concludes the opening sequence of this story arc. Welcome to the Manifold.
We're still at Mr. G is still at sea, right?
What? We're not getting introduced to the manifold. This is welcome to Chauncey fold.
Yeah, the
Clancy
Chauncey is
fold.
getting
We're coming.
introduced to you.
We're coming.
Yeah. So, I guess before we say goodbye to these other characters for now, any last bits of closure you want to give to John and Nadine?
I mean, John's happy. He never thought he'd see battle again, but he's like, freaking Chauncey, man.
Yeah.
Freaking love that guy.
John got to relive
Yeah.
a bit of the glory days, taking out that tyrant.
He's never gonna let anybody not hear about that. Every time he's gonna start a training session with the boys in the barracks.
Yeah, like with your techniques.
All right, you see, when I took down the tyrant, right?
So I guess after like being essentially brought back to life, she's just Nadine is just wholly set on this purpose to just help. I mean, she already was because she's a medic, but it's just that's like tenfold now.
Right. Just a new, renewed sense of conviction after looking in someone's eyes as who died to save you.
Mm-hmm. So it's just if she's not out fighting, she is there doing as much as she can to help others.
She will be the unit that gets Foxtrot back up to 4.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rejoin
Yeah.
them, and it's like they're at full capacity now. And after they get rested and fed.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're...
Get their barracks back.
Although you will receive some odd stares for a while with the whole tentacle arms.
Yeah.
That's not something...
Just letting you know, it's impossible to brush your teeth with that. You have to use your other arm.
Yeah, no, you're definitely going to receive some odd stares from your fellow comrades. It's definitely not something they're used to seeing, especially in somebody that they consider an ally, right? This is a unit of hardened soldiers that are used to doing nothing but killing monsters. But to see a sort of half-monster bioweapon type ally is unprecedented, and they don't have any categories for it. But given the circumstances, they seem to be taking what they can get. And
She's just gonna show them that I'm not bad.
Actually,
yeah, you have
I
a lot
just
to make up
realized-
for to them, given their mission statement.
I just realized she's actually not going to be a part of Foxtrot. Maybe for a little bit. But if Katara gets her stuff going up,
Oh
It's
yeah,
true.
she's probably going to be a part
Get
of that
transferred.
evolved team.
which is really interesting.
That's
And she's probably like the poster child for that team. Like just like the ideal candidate, just trained soldier, medic,
Dude,
evolve.
she's gonna come in and be like, "Listen up, kids. This is how Camp Clancy work." And Camp Clancy's gonna be used to it by that point.
No, yeah,
Well,
I mean,
it's interesting to think about because it's gonna be like odd stares from people, on the team, and they're just like they don't like dislike her. They're just like really indifferent,
mm,
and the guitar just pops around like, oh, come here, I'd like to talk to you.
Have you heard of the Avengers Initiative?
yeah, the
First
Strike
off-
Force doesn't have official title yet. I don't know if Katara has a working name for them, but it's coming
No.
together.
First off, she was
We're one and the
already
same.
Foxtrot. Second off, we already have an evolved soldier in Foxtrot.
That's true.
And third off, Chauncey does
Oh, right.
not allow people to do any kind of picking or bugging and destroying anybody's confidence, especially whenever they were by his side in battle.
Although Allie keeps
So-
hers on kind of the down low for the most part.
Yeah.
She's invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you can't help
every-
that.
Everybody knows that if Chauncey
Yeah, that's
says
true.
this person had my back in battle, PGP is gonna Pencil Grip Pete's gonna be listening to everything that he says and make sure that she is not in any way uncomfortable being part of the team. So
Right.
it
And
might
that's the
be
thing.
some of the little guys in passing, but not Foxtrot itself.
Oh yeah, especially given that you have some new recruits to pad out some of the casualties you took back in Iowa.
Mhm.
But and they
Well,
probably
she was one. The other one was obliterated.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing is your unit for the most part probably kind of follows Chauncey's lead on the whole situation. They see Chauncey being all right with it, they're gonna be all right with it, especially given the circumstances and the big battle that they just went through. This base being attacked for the first time, they're quickly realizing that beggars can't be choosers, and they're good. They need all the help they can get. So we'll be back next time for the next episode of Resin Roleplay. Now that the opening sequence has ended, we're going to continue on to the main events, and we're going to pick up first with Mr. G and his sort of crew. Makeshift crew. You got Mr. G, Mrs. X, and their new pet robot that's been following them around. So they are
Pet robot.
they're going to arrive first thing next week on the shores of the naval base from which they had departed on that submersible. And we're going to see what awaits them there.
Sweet.
We're in the Mediterranean. No, we're not in the Mediterranean. Where are we again?
You're in the Pacific. You deployed from
Okay.
so
So it's gonna take us a while to get back.
Yeah, you deployed from a naval base on the West Coast in California.
I know it's selfish, and everybody was there to help fight, but like, can you name this episode like Part 2, the one-man army? Just for me, that's the one thing I want.
We'll see. But thank you all very much for watching. We actually had a pretty good turnout. I was seeing lots of people in the chat. Also, was Square One the reason you were like flexing on us earlier?
yeah. You know, this is like, look at Buff SL. I was like, damn right.
Yeah.
I just freaking I got a little bit of a bump right now, so I'm actually looking a little bigger than I normally would.
But yeah, so Skull Reaper was hanging out, and yeah, that was a good time. A bit shorter of an episode, but I knew this was just going to be the combat since we had to bring Chauncey's to a close here. But man, that's the opening. Those 3 little vignettes we've just gone through have set the stage for the Manifold story arc, and that is the pace we're going to be going at full bore until we come to this climax.
To think that, like, if we would have fought those tyrants at the beginning of last episode, we wouldn't have had this episode at all.
Yeah, this was a little bonus episode. But thank you all very much for watching. We'll be back next time with Mr. G and company. Till then, peace. Squared. Have a good night. God bless.
Good night, sweet dreams, all of the good things.